What's up, everybody? It's 2023, so happy New Year's. You know, new year, new you, new resolutions, the whole shebang that everybody does in life with New Year's. And the hobby scene is no different. So I thought I'd do a annual hobby resolution, hobby goals is what I'll call it, video for 2023. I'll briefly go over 2022 because considering 2022 is mostly a hiatus for me, and it's kind of funny because the hiatus pretty much started not too long after the 2022 hobby goals video, which is not the intent here. So anyways, I'll go over 2022 briefly and go over my goals for 2023. No plan for a hiatus this time. And I encourage you to share your goals and how it went last year for you as well in the comment section down below. So pretty much all my hobbies took a hiatus in 2022. But part of my goals for the miniature wargaming stuff was to organize a bit, condense down, compartmentalize, trim things down and everything else. And for relocation purposes, I had to do that anyway. So I did get progress done there. There's still more I want to do for the organization and whatnot, but it was a good bit, a good little start to that. So that's really pretty much all I did for 2022, amongst also the hiatus. So for 2023, it's more the same and then some. Free time is a factor for hobbies and life, right? And I'm not looking to try and create more of it, but I'm just looking to be able to, in the time that I am doing this particular hobby amongst my hobbies, I want to be more goal-oriented with what I'm doing. That's part of the reason I'm going to do batch recordings for video, so I can get that at least having some momentum, right? Anyways, so I want to continue with the compartmentalization of bits and whatnot, break down more sprues, find homes for more things that I know will get used, if not, if put elsewhere than me owning it. So I'm still going to be working on that because, again, it's not looking to get rid of everything and to get out of it or anything like that. It's just looking to reclaim space more or less and have it be organized and understand what I'm looking at and take stock of the situation so I know, oh, I have that to paint and whatever else. So that's the idea there. From that, I do want to get into painting again. I should say get into it. I do want to start painting again as well. I have purchased some paints to see how they will go on the models and how they'll look, because I have some ideas depending on how these paints work. So I do want to try that out. And, I have goals for painting. The miniature wargaming scene for me, outside of doing video stuff, which is not normally part of the hobby, but it is for me, is the collecting side of it, really. I like playing the game, but as it stands, collecting, building and painting the models and basing them and everything else is really more of my interest at the moment. It's a bit more rewarding, almost therapeutic in a way. And considering even my Dark Angels collection that I have is kind of in storage at the moment, it would just be a bit of an issue to get to. I don't have anything to really game with anyway. So the goal is to collect towards an army. So I do want to try some painting out. I want to test some paints out and do that stuff again. From there, channel side of things, I just want to become more tech savvy in general, and video editing is something I always found interesting, would like to learn more of, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but I am looking into that. And lastly, I know this sounds like a lot of goals, it's really not. It's not going to eat up a lot of time necessarily, but the last thing I want to kind of think about is terrain-esque stuff. So part of the thing of breaking down bits and everything else is looking at what I can realistically make use of in building and painting models, right? A kit bash or whatever else, added details, basing details, and the stuff I could do for making like objective markers or little mini diorama pieces or just little bits of terrain, not a full table, because terrain takes up a lot of space. I've always liked terrain. I think it's because as a kid, when I would see like the big train displays at like hobby shops and whatnot, they always had really impressive terrain I went through, and I always found the terrain, like the mountainscape, the tunnel and stuff, more interesting than the train itself. But if miniature wargaming just wasn't working out in terms of being enjoyable for me to play, I was probably going to do the terrain side of it. Always have inspiration for terrain in my head, and I do want to dabble a bit, not making true blue terrain necessarily in terms of being full-on pieces for a board, because that would take up a lot of space, but just miniature terrain pieces here and there. See how it goes, see what I can do with it, see, whatever else, maybe make it kind of like a side thing, who knows. It's just fun to take scrap pieces and put them together. I look at it as a form of quasi-nerd recycling for the hobby. Plus, it might also allow me to further condense down bits and stuff that I wouldn't normally use and turn it into something that I could either find a home for or do whatever else with. So with that said, that's my goals. Just more of the same, really, of breaking things down, organizing things. Of course, trying to get into the swing of painting again and trying out some colors. And in an effort to try and make better videos and just become more tech savvy, video editing and this tech savvy stuff in general, which is kind of just par for the course. And then I've never really done true like terrain stuff before. I've just done bases, and that's a lot of fun. I like to do some like miniature terrain-esque things just to see how it is, just to dabble and not do too much, because again, they do take up space, and I'm looking to actually reduce space being taken up. So we'll see, just some things to consider, but all that will be in the realm of when I have the time to do it, not looking to create more time for it, because it's a hobby, and you have the time you have, basically. In any case, with that said, what are your goals for 2023? How did your 2022 goals go for you? Share it all in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for tuning in and stopping by, and until next time, take it easy.